Hello, listeners, and welcome to the season finale of Unfinished Business, the only podcast that's recorded in the here and the hereafter. I am your co-host, Charles B. Morse IV, and I died inconvenienced.
I'm your co-host, Leona P. Wellington, and I died also pretty inconvenienced because I was hit by a car, man.
I was in a car.
You were in a car. I was hit by a car.
Both of our deaths involved automobiles.
Funny.
I never really thought about this.
No, but I am
a little more traumatic for you.
Yeah. I'm like, here I am, all mangled up. Like, I'm bloody, and my bike is ruined. It's like all mangled up and like. Anyway,
I know we say this every episode, but we have a very special guest for our listeners today.
Very special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He comes to us from the stages of vaudeville.
He's a vaudevillian worth at least $1 million.
He's an archie full of malarkey.
He's a prankster, not a gangster.
And his name is Mortimer Spoon.
Thank you so much for having me. This is such a pleasure to be on such a technological broadcasting system.
I mean, Mortimer, when you were alive, you did radio, didn't you?
No, it was all stage.
All stage.
All stage. No, I had offers to do a few of those talkie programs. But no, I turned them all down. My heart didn't live just in the imagination, but in the stage and visual imagination.
Yes.
So what I hear is that you were really into, working the crowd, really kind of feeding off of that good crowd energy. And you were like a true vaudevillian. You were like the vaudevillian's vaudevillian.
Well, I mean, look at all the different types of vaudevillians that have passed through the stage at the time. The majority of these people took the stage as a stepping stone to get to their next project. I remember meeting Harpo Marx for the first time.
Oh.
And we shared the stage one day, and he told me backstage, of course, his whole bit was that he didn't speak, but, backstage we would have conversations and
that
whatnot.
Reasonable, yeah.
He told me that when he and his brothers were on stage, Groucho, Chico, Zeppo, and Gummo, all five of them,
That's a lot of Marx brothers. I had no idea.
It was a total of six. Of six, but only the five got the nicknames.
Really?
So only 5 of them were funny.
It was a gangster. I don't know if you knew this. It was a gangster here in New York City who gave them all those nicknames at an underground poker game.
Oh. So what about the 6th guy? Was he just not funny?
He wasn't at the poker game.
He wasn't at the poker game. Okay, all right.
Why are we talking about the Marx Brothers? But their mother and their father are very theatrical as well. I believe they grew up on 93rd and 1st, or 93rd in York, somewhere in through there. 96th in York.
I used to haunt
something
around
like
there.
that.
It's nice underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
It's really pleasant with the water.
They grew up here. You grew up in Kansas, correct?
No, I grew up in Arkansas.
Little
Rock,
apologies.
Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yes.
mixing up the Midwest Morse.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a city man.
Some might even call me a coastal elite, and they would not be wrong. But returning to you, Mortimer, when were you born?
1922 is when I was born.
1922.
Yes.
So Arkansas. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Grew up on a farm in Arkansas.
I'm picturing like Dorothy, Wizard of Oz.
Well, I mean, again, that's Kansas.
That's
but,
Kansas,
Arkansas and Kansas basically cut from the same cloth.
Arkansas.
See?
As
You're
they
making
say.
the connections already.
Forgive me for asking so bluntly. How did you die?
Oh, well, I mean, posing the question is just like walking into prison and asking anyone the same question. Why are you here? What landed you in the slammer, right? I've heard that both of you had automobile incidents. Well, mine wasn't too far from that myself.
Oh, no.
I was on my way to the theater to have the big show. It was the show. We got all the promotions up all around Chicago. I was very excited, very, very excited. And I was so in my head. I was thinking about what I was going to say and how I was going to say it and who I was going to say it to, that I wasn't paying attention when I crossed the street and a Chicagoan streetcar, also known as a Green Hornet,
Not the streetcar.
tore me down.
Not the streetcar. You know what's wild?
What?
Did you feel a little push toward that streetcar? Did you feel a little like
Do you have a confession that you would like to own up to?
I'm just thinking. I would love to have asked our guest, one of our other guests on this podcast, Mariah. She haunts theatrical performers. She haunts the actors, the actresses, people in performances of sorts. And sometimes she will haunt.
But specifically Shakespearean.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You were
That's
not a
true. I wasn't
Shakespearean.
sure.
I was
wasn't.
not, no.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure if
No.
she only haunted Shakespeare. But she has in the past, given people a little push toward
I don't
the
want
street.
to count that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Because laying judgment upon where judgment ought not to be laid is not something that I profess in my afterlife. But it may have happened. I don't recall anything of that nature.
It could have just been an accident.
That's what I've always assumed.
Yeah.
Well, then going back to nicknames, then, is your full name is Mortimer Spooner?
Spooner.
How
yes.
did the Marx Brothers were given their nicknames by gangsters? How did you get your nickname Spoon? What, also a gangster?
Was it a gangster? Yeah.
It was
Chicago?
Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van
The Dick Van
Dyke.
Dyke.
It was Dick Van Dyke. We actually served together in World War II.
Wow.
Yeah, I was born in 1922 when I came of age. I moved to Chicago and started studying under Viola Spolin at the University of Chicago, doing a little improvisation techniques.
Cool.
And 1941 was right around the corner. So by 1942, I was already enlisted in the Army. Met up with Mr. Dick Van Dyke back then. We just called him Dickie. And, everyone in the Army, we all had nicknames. My last name is Spooner. So, of course, people just called me Spoon.
Spoon.
So, after the war ended in 45, came home, and that's just how I promoted myself as Mortimer Spoon. Drop the ER.
Makes
Wow.
sense. Yeah, makes sense.
So you never
Yes.
wanted to be on Dick Van Dyke's show with your old war buddy?
Well, I died.
Oh.
I died in 47. I was 25.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't make it all that far.
Wow. You lived a lot of a life though.
Well,
Yeah.
World War II was a hell of a time.
Hell
Were
of a
you
time.
in the Atlantic, the Pacific? Where?
I was in the Pacific.
Pacific.
Oh, wow.
Keep in mind, we didn't fight. We weren't fighters, but we were there for morale.
Oh, so
we
you were.
we
I
wrote
see.
sketches. We put on shows.
So you were the morale boosters.
One could say, yes.
One could say,
Yes.
yeah. So you two were contemporaries. Did you ever cross paths at all, or did you listen to his radio show or anything?
I didn't. I never had that much of an opportunity.
Yeah, I don't think we would have had an occasion to cross paths.
No,
I did
probably
meet.
not too much.
He didn't allow me to call him Dickie, but I did meet Dick Van Dyke on one occasion.
Do tell.
We were at the Oyster Bar
Yes.
here in New York.
Yes.
And it was in passing. I was with my 9th favorite mistress at the time, who,
9th.
yes. Well, you see, I did have quite a roster and
Very organized
organized.
roster.
I mean, with this many, you have to be organized. And, I mean, I hear polyamory is all the rage these days.
Is that
but
why all their names were Sarah?
it actually made it more confusing. Made organized. I had to involve a color coding system. You see.
There's only so many shades of blonde and brown and red.
And red, but yes, when they're all named Sarah, you have to find other ways to organize.
I see.
But Sarah number 9 was not a socialite. No, he was getting her out to the Oyster Bar.
Oh, was this
hard
Sour
enough.
Sarah?
This was Sour Sarah.
Sour
You're right.
Sarah? Okay, okay. Morse, what were you doing during World War II?
I was here in New York reading the news. By that point, I was already in my 40s, and I was a bit beyond the draft.
I see, I see.
So
Kinda
I
on
was
the hook
working the home front.
Huh.
Which is always definitely appreciated. And of course, there were a lot of hardships that went on here in the homeland. It was a necessity. Production went up 200%. We needed that in order to stay alive.
A lot going on in World War II.
There was a lot going on, and the boys were fighting against fascism
Yeah,
so that we could continue to live our lives.
yeah. How did you get into... So you were already interested in vaudeville, and then you go to
Oh,
World
well,
War
my,
II. Yeah.
growing up in Little Rock, my parents would always take me out to Memphis. We'd go to Memphis, and my parents knew that I had this proclivity about me, and they would take me out to see various vaudevillian shows. One occasion, on my 10th birthday, we hopped on a train and went all the way to St. Louis, and the late, great Charlie Chaplin.
Oh.
He was doing a show in St. Louis at the time.
No way.
He was.
And
he
you
was.
were bit by the vaudevillian bug.
Like you wouldn't believe, on the farm, I actually built a little stage that I would hold productions. I would write my own material. I would speak to the audience, in this case, my parents and a lot of chickens, a lot of sheep, and
I was going to say,
a lot of the cattle.
Performing to the farm animals?
I came from a very large family, so my brothers and sisters were there as well, and I loved the spontaneity of such a skill, of such a thing. So by the time I was 18 years old, I packed my bags and I moved to Chicago.
Wow.
Off to Chicago, yeah. And that's where I studied with Viola Spoon at the University of Chicago. And she taught me those improvisational techniques and skills.
Very sophisticated improv upbringing that you had there.
So this Viola Spoon, she created the discipline? She was improv's founding mother?
Well, post my death, there was a lot of controversy. There was a lot of discussion as to who actually created this style of theater that I guess now in contemporary times would be called improv or improvisation. Its origins came all the way back from Italy in the 14th century, 15th century, somewhere through there, in the form as what some may know as commedia dell'arte. You know this term, commedia dell'arte.
I haven't heard of that. This is a real treat for an after-lifelong learner.
You're welcome.
So I see that you were, you mentioned your untimely passing. Could you care to describe for the listeners what your getup is? Because it's very wow, and it's like
a little eccentric.
Yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
It's a
Can
little
you just
eccentric.
explain a little bit? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm wearing a brown tweed jacket and suit pants, yellow bow tie, light blue shirt underneath, tuxedo style. And, of course, I have a large floppy hat.
I was going to say the hat. It's very distinct.
Very distinct,
Very
yes.
distinct.
Once was an actual top hat that had been ripped off from the brim. It's more of a, dare I say, a Frankenstein hat. The other parts of hats have come together to repair the top hat that has been maybe a little bit more floppy in nature than the tall, rigid, aristocratic style.
Well, especially on your opening night, right?
Of course.
Gotta go
You
all
have to
out.
look your
Gotta
best.
Go all out. What was your act? What was your act, and what was your special talent?
Well, I mean, they were both one and the same. I would speak to the audience, and we would have conversations and chit-chat, and then I would try to recreate some of their stories that they told me on stage, right in front of them.
Is it like you're satirizing these people? Or are you just like telling their stories?
Satire, no.
So it's more of like a loving homage.
It's a living homage, yes. Yes. The satirical, how can I not say this word right now? The satire of it all punches down. And I don't want to punch down. I want to punch up. I want people to be uplifted. Yeah. I want someone to walk away from this seeing their life be played out over, 25, 30, 60 minutes of improvisational technique, and for them to see it and say, wasn't that funny? But that also brought me joy to be able to see my life not taken so serious.
You take this performance very serious.
I guess that would be.
I think you're very serious about comedy.
I see it less as serious and more of honoring the people that you are bringing to life through theatricality.
I see.
One thing that I would hate to have happen is to reenact someone's life or engagement on stage and to get it wrong, or to use a phrase or a gesture that is inaccurate to that person's lifestyle.
And so now, being a ghost and performing as a ghost, has that opened up new horizons for you? Because you have people from different eras and different...
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge. There, as you say, people from different eras. So there are references that I don't understand.
Right.
There was this moment where I was on the ghostly stage, and I had an opportunity to interview Mr. Genghis Khan.
Mr. Genghis Khan.
Mr. Genghis Khan.
Oh.
Very notorious for having a bit of a temper.
So I've heard.
If you forget the Mr., let's just say you will be torn asunder.
You don't want to
He's going to tell you about it.
Yeah, you don't want to pretend that you're too friendly with
than
Mr. Genghis Khan.
Mr. Genghis Khan.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I tried saying Mr. Khan once, and even that did not go over well.
He wouldn't even turn his head, I would think. I don't know Mr. Genghis
Oh,
Khan.
he turned his head all right.
Oh, he did? Oh.
He turned his head all right, as did the rest of his clan. Have you ever been cut in half post-mortem by a katana?
It's very rough.
No, I haven't.
It happened to me once, but yeah.
It
like
did?
Like I said, I didn't realize that he took the Mr. thing so seriously.
Wait, you were cut in half by Mr. Genghis Khan?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that you also had an interaction.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. I was being just like, I didn't want to take away from your story, man. I didn't want to take away from your story.
So you know. It takes like a week to repair your material.
It's really hard. It was a big bummer. It was a really big bummer.
I did get a lot of comedic material out of it later, saying that I had a splitting headache, but you can only run on those fumes for so long.
That is very true. No, it's a lot. After I was split open, I haunted the hospital for a little bit.
Oh, see, that's a good idea.
Haunting a hospital?
While you're split in half.
Oh, you're split. Well, I was trying to find a ghost doctor, and I was like, maybe ghost doctors hang out in hospitals. I don't know. Like,
your logic is sound.
Yeah. But it was also really painful because it was like traveling in like two different pieces. It was very hard. Yeah.
I'm just amazed that both of you have met Genghis Khan.
You
and
haven't?
No.
You haven't? Okay.
All right.
I feel like him and his horde and all of his horses have just been like tromping around New York the past like few months.
Clearly, I've missed
them. They keep trying to take over everything, and their
true.
horde is only so large.
Mm-hmm.
Global domination is difficult in such a scale. Like,
yes, it's
global
true.
domination.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Especially on horseback.
Yeah. But I mean, they're very impressive, though. I thought that they were those good old Revolutionary boys. You know, the Paul Revere and his crew.
The Minutemen.
Yeah, the Minutemen. I thought that. That's why I thought I was like, oh hey Paul, and I like kind of ran up to the horses because I was like, because me and Paul are friends. But then it turned out to be Mr. Genghis Khan, and then he was just like turned around and sliced me in half personally.
Yeesh.
And I was like, that is not Paul Revere. I should introduce you guys to Paul and his Revolutionary Boys and the Minutemen and all that. They'll tell you all what actually went down.
Leona, I am so proud of you. When you and I first met, you were freshly deceased. You were nervous. You had so much to learn, and here you are. Meeting Paul Revere, being cut in half by Genghis Khan, you are leading an amazing afterlife.
Thank you.
And it's in such a short amount of time, too.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm
you know
proud.
what? Thank
so
you.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I think that it's part of your tutelage, your mentorship as a podcast host.
Still don't understand what a podcast is, but I'm happy to be in front of a microphone
it's
again.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's all right. You're doing great.
It's radio.
It's radio.
It's radio.
It's radio.
That's what she tells me.
It's basically it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I do a little fiddling with the RSS feed. I haunt someone's phone, and boom, bing, bong, boom, we are published to the world.
None of those words make any sense to me.
Bing, bong, boom.
Welcome to my existence. But you have continued to perform. You've continued to tour. I actually hear you're on your farewell tour right now. From what I've heard, you plan at the end of your last performance to move on, to release it all and say goodbye.
I'm ready for something else.
Yes.
Here we are in the great beyond, right? But what lies beyond the great beyond?
None of us
know. The bigger
know.
beyond.
The bigger beyond.
The big beyond.
Every stage of existence comes with its own trials, irritations, challenges. But now I think it's time to cross through those doors. And as you say, yes, we are gearing up for the last hurrah.
The last hurrah.
And you want to do it on stage in front of your fans. You are ready. What got you there? What got you to that point that you felt prepared to say goodbye? Was there a joke you came up with? And you're like, you know what? That's it. I've reached the pinnacle.
That would make a certain amount of poetic sense there. But the truth is, no.
No.
No, not at all. In life, I had a short-lived period of my life. I had a partner who recently, I've just caught word of, had recently passed on.
A romantic
Oh.
partner or a comedic partner?
A romantic.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh la la.
Yes. Her name was Savannah Hill.
Savannah Hill.
She
was she
was-
a Dorothy type, you know? A real Kansas hero?
Again, wrong state.
Oh, sorry.
Arkansas, not Kansas. Dorothy, not even remotely.
Oh,
No, she was tall, gorgeous. Our chemistry was magnetic. We had the most passionate love affairs, and unfortunately, as previously mentioned, with the Green Hornet had been cut down in the prime of my life, so we were never really able to make that part of our lives true to each other. She was such, not just a special human, Savannah, but she had that particular je ne sais quoi, if you will, which allowed her to move quickly from the great beyond to the great beyonds beyond.
Oh.
So it's for this reason that I've decided to hang up my floppy hat and traverse the greater beyond in search of my lost love.
So you seem pretty sure that you're going to make it to the next realm.
You speak of it as though there's a qualification process. We've all been here long enough. I think we know that there's no qualification to move to the greater beyond.
You're ready. You know you're ready.
I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you're ready, then why doesn't it just
My
happen?
business is now finished.
Your business is finished.
But you still need to put on this one last show.
Yes, Carnegie Hall. Then my business
Then your business will be
yes.
finished.
Then my
Okay.
yes.
No, your business is almost finished.
Practically.
It's like when I'm dog sitting on Rover and I'm just waiting for the, for the little pup to finish its business. I'm just out there in the cold waiting.
Almost finished.
Almost finished.
Are you
business.
equating our guest's lifelong love with a dog?
Hey, I'm just a former gig worker in this here. I can only write what I know.
Well, look, having stock and trade in that which is silly, and having dedicated my life's work to such an endeavor, I appreciate the comparison made between an animal's fecal process to the love of my life. I appreciate this. Thank you.
What's that? Is it our ghostly phone?
You've got mail.
Oh, we have some write-ins here. How about that, Morse?
I know. The messages just keep coming in. Thank you, Phantoms, for sending in your questions.
So our first ghostwriter is George in Albany, New York. George asks, my breathers left a Ouija board out on their kitchen table. What should I spell to freak them out? Ooh, that's fun. A Ouija board.
Ouija board's out.
Yeah, what are we going to do?
Mortimer, did you ever use a Ouija board in life?
I never did. I was taught against the evils of Ouija boards.
Ouija.
But now being on this side of the coin, I'm pretty sure that George, if you're listening, I highly recommend you spell out the words F-A-R-T.
It might not
That'd be
freak
funny.
them out, but yeah.
You could become a friend. You could be establish yourself as the friendly ghost, the kind of the jokester ghost.
He who smelt it dealt it, right?
That's what he could spell out next.
I'm more curious about the process. Do you move the, I don't know, what is it called? The paddle? The
Pointer?
pointer? Yeah.
indicator?
I don't know.
Do you move it onto one letter every day so that it's spelled? They might not notice
They
that.
might not notice.
Yeah. So
Well, I think you have to. Okay, I think that you need to maybe have a little bit of a performance. If they have candles nearby, you just automatically light the candles. You open up the freezer, all the cold air lets out and the room gets a chill, and then you flicker the lights, and then you spotlight a light on the Ouija board, and then you're like,
F-A-R-T.
yeah. I would go personal though. I would,
Yeah?
if you want to freak them out, I would do something personal that only like the breathers in that room know. Maybe like do their phone number, one of their phone numbers. Maybe like their mother's home phone number from when they were a kid, the number that they use at CVS or something. You know, I don't know what you'd be telling them, but you'd be like, that would freak me out. If somebody knew my mother's phone number.
There's a bit of research involved here, but yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to haunt them at a CVS or a Rite Aid or something and, you know, memorize it.
Your prescription is ready.
I mean,
Do you have a moment to talk about your car's warranty?
oh, that would be funny. That would be good. That'd be good.
Just spell out warranty.
Yes.
Jimmy, your fly is down.
What's your idea?
My idea? I keep wanting to say red rum, but that one's already taken.
Why? Who took it? And also, what does red rum mean?
You've never had red rum?
No.
You've never drank red rum?
No.
You shouldn't. It's murder backwards.
Hang on, what?
Murder.
Why
Murder.
why would you spell murder backwards?
Red rum.
Red rum.
I don't get it.
You haven't haunted many theaters as I have, clearly. Movie theaters. Let me rephrase.
Wait, this is a reference to a film.
Correct. To the cinema.
You know, I do have a friend here in the afterlife. His name is Stanley Kubrick. Let me run this idea past him and see if there's anything that he can do with that.
Is he dead?
If you can punch it up, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Wait,
Is Stanley Kubrick dead?
He died in 1999.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh. Well, I'll be. Okay. Well, I'll be.
Stan, come on the show.
Stanley
Help
the
us
man.
out here.
Wow, he was prolific. He did Lolita and Doctor Strangelove
Yes.
and Full Metal Jacket
Mhm.
and 2001 Space Odyssey and The Shining. All right, I'm just discovering this. So shall we do our next listener
Moving on.
question?
Next, we have Allie in Concord, New Hampshire, who says, "It was my dream to run the Boston Marathon, but I passed away while in training. I've run it as a ghost 4 times, but I'm still here. Is the 5th time the charm, or should I try something else?" What do you two think?
Try something else.
Yeah.
You've done it. You've done it 4 times already.
Another marathon? Like, should she go up to the New York Marathon?
Oh,
the Chicago No.
No.
Okay. All right.
What is something else that you're passionate about? I'm passionate about chasing love. I was passionate about vaudeville and comedy and putting joy on people's faces, but passions change.
That is true. I feel like there's a lot of millennials who, you know, they hit like 30 or 35 or something, and they're like, shit, I need to do something.
Watch
And
your
they-
language,
Sorry.
lady.
And then they say, oh my heavens, I need to do something. Because people run a marathon because they don't want to do something else or like confront something else, maybe. I don't know.
Very
And this
astute,
me
Leona.
reading into this, I don't know. So what are you running away from? Instead of running away, what do you need to run toward? Allie, think about it.
Think about it, Allie.
About it.
Was the marathon really your unfinished business?
Do you think I should run a marathon though?
You, Leona?
Yeah, me, Leona. Yeah, like I've done a 5K.
Sure. Why not?
I could do a 10K. I could train up to a 10K, and if you train up to a 10K, you just basically train up to a marathon.
Well, the best thing
I
about
should?
running as a specter is that there's no physicality involved.
No.
No
No
it's
sweat.
great, yeah, no sweat.
Literally
No
sweat.
training is necessary.
Literally no sweat. Yeah. You know, I'm not getting any younger.
It's
Huh?
more of a mental exercise than it is
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, more of a mental exercise.
Instead of a marathon, I challenge you this, Leona. Try running the planet from North Pole to South Pole in opposite directions 20,000 times.
20,000 times.
I don't know
I mean,
how we're going to record
I don't
the
know
show
how
if
we
she's
would
doing
record. Yeah,
Yeah.
how would we
Mhm.
record the podcast if I was running? I mean, I could just take a microphone with me.
Time is infinite.
Yeah.
that. True.
So to put a brief pause in your plaything would
You mean
not
the podcast?
wouldn't even be a blip.
My plaything, you mean podcast?
Correct.
Or-
It's okay. I have to correct Morse's, modern understanding of the English language all the time.
I still don't know what a podcast is.
You got the pod, and you get the cast.
But where is the pod?
It's in your heart. It's here. We create it when we all come and chat together.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well,
Yeah.
getting back to Allie.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Maybe the physical achievement is what she was hoping for. Maybe it was something else. Maybe you're right, Leona. She was running away from something.
If she really wants something physically challenged, she could go to our other friend, Rick Goddamn Diculous.
Again, with all of this language.
I mean, that is his stage name, is Rick Goddamn Diculous.
When did he die?
In the 1980s.
You see, in my day, that never would have flown.
Wow. Well, I mean, he flew actually though, because he would
did.
do these incredible body slams. So
Mm-hmm.
he's pretty cool dude.
But yeah.
So maybe she could train up in fighting.
Allie, keep an eye out for Spectral Regional Wrestling.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I think.
She's in New Hampshire though.
I mean, it's regional.
Come on down. Yeah. Which
They
region?
move around.
Oh, which region?
I don't know. We'll ask Rick. That just leaves us with one more question for the season. Leona, would you do the honors?
Guillermo in El Paso writes, I hate the picture of me that my grandkids chose for their ofrenda. Stealing it feels like a bad idea, and knocking it off might send the wrong message. What should I do?
Possess the photograph and become
Oh.
the actual photo that you would like to have depicted of yourself.
That's a good idea.
Hmm.
A little editing, a little post-mortem editing.
I like that.
And that way, for, family gatherings, you can actually put on your best foot forward. People can come around Guillermo's photo and see him as he chooses to be.
True.
Mm.
Yeah, and then he could give a little wink, If like a little, one of your grandkids is like looking at the photo and just give a little like wink and a little, hey kid, hang your head up. Hang your head up.
Hang your head up.
Hang your head up.
Well,
That sounds depressing. No.
Keep your head
What's
up.
that? Keep your head up.
in post-mortem, that's what we typically say. Hang your head up.
Right. Yeah, it's been so long since I worked at the coffee shop, and I would tell people all sorts of things, all those colloquial little phrases that the breathers use.
I mean, my advice to Guillermo is going to be try to accept it. This is an audio medium, so we don't know. Maybe you hate this photo, but the grandkids love it. If it brings them joy, that's how they want to remember you.
That's a sweet answer. I was gonna say you could just burn all the photos.
The whole altar.
No, just try and like contain the fire. Just burn the photo.
Not everyone is mastered that same skill that it seems that you have, Leona.
I've got a lot of time on my hands.
All right, so we've got possess the photo, accept it, and burn it down.
Burn it down.
That's a range of options.
Yeah.
Guillermo, you can try all three.
This reminds me of a game we used to play in the University of Chicago called Good Advice, Bad Advice, Weird Advice. And I feel like this is just naturally played itself out.
Who's this the weird advice?
Fire.
I thought that was the good idea.
It's an idea.
Wow. Well, excuse me, I'm going to go run to the North Pole.
And then the South Pole.
And then the South
And then
Pole.
back to the North Pole.
And then back to the North
But
Pole.
here's the beauty is that you get to choose which longitude you want to run down. Every single time you traverse this great planet of ours, you get to see and experience something completely new.
Yeah, I could do the Argentina side of Patagonia. I could do the Chilean side of Patagonia. Could go to Alaska. I don't know what's up there, man. See some bears. All right.
And
cool.
don't forget the deep trenches of the ocean.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there are ghost fish down there.
Yeah, well, we did have a ghost
Min-
fish on the... Yeah, we did.
I wonder if, you could take Minnie along for one of
could
those
take Minnie
traverses.
along. Minnie could be my little guide.
Yeah.
That'd be very nice.
I don't know how Richard would feel about that, but
So I guess if there's a break between our next season, I think that might be why.
all right. Well, that's all the questions we have for today. Thank you, listeners, for sending those in. Mortimer,
Yes.
When should ghosts arrive at Carnegie Hall? When is your farewell show going to be?
2 weeks from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Get there early. Seats will fill up.
Mm.
Not something that one should dilly-dally about.
You heard it here, listeners. 2 weeks from today.
One more hurrah on
Carnegie
the horizon.
Hall. Mm-hmm.
Carnegie Haunt.
Ooh. Ooh. I like that. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for listening to our first season. This is a labor of love. None of us are being paid for it. And we had a lot of fun making it. I just hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as we enjoyed creating it. If you have a moment, please rate and review the show on your podcasting app of choice. It helps us immensely with visibility and accessibility for any future listeners.
5 stars, or else we will haunt you.
My co-host, Leona P. Wellington, was played by the intrepid Danielle Roth. And our guest today, Mortimer Spoon, was played by Mike Brown, the co-founder of Pineapple Improv. It's an improv theater company for hire which works with businesses to help them improve their public speaking, communication, and creative problem-solving skills. Find out more at pineappleimprov.com.
And the one and only Morse was played by the unafraid Devin Miller, who produces, edits, and does pretty much everything else for the show. So big thank you for Devin.
Additional voices provided by Michael Menta and Janet Bujon Lee.
Unfinished Business is an independent production and a work of improvised fiction. Any resemblance to real individuals living or deceased is purely coincidental.
Wait, what?
Our music was composed by Edith Mudge, and we received engineering support on this episode from Sina Lafredo. Also, Spectres, I think there might be a breather coming through the door right now.
Oh, don't forget to stay spooky.
Happy haunting!
Oh my god, I can see my breath.
Who touched these microphones?
I mean, seriously, what the fuck?
National Public Broadcasting doesn't pay us nearly enough for any of this.